Well, good morning. It's almost the middle of the night. 10 to 6 in the morning. Let's see if we can find some pips. And a warm welcome to one and all. For those of you not seen me before, my name is Langers, and I am the very knackered Scruffy trader. I've just recently finished a 30-day challenge where I was doing one trade a day to show you how to build up a small account. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinvest £500 back into the account, drew the rest out, and for sort of like the next week or so, I'm going to trade only between 6 AM and 8 AM on that account. And the idea is to see if you can find some trades before you go to work and trade around a day job. It's very early, so I'm going to wander off and make a coffee and see what's going on. Very, very simple. So let me get a coffee and we'll fire up the screens.
Isn't that logical?
Okay guys, got my coffee, because I need my coffee. Boy, do I need my coffee today. Very early. Monday is quite a tough day to start with. And I'm trying to preempt what's going to be going on. So how do I do it and what do I do? Well, the first thing I do is I kind of come to the window of the world and I have a look at the strengths of the market, see what's going on. Now, within this, it can tell me what's going to move, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, early morning, the spreads on things like the FTSE, the DAX, etc., is quite wide. So what you need to do is then look at, say, Forex pairs. Why? Because their spreads be pretty tight. I'll show you that in just a sec. So what am I doing here? I'm looking to see if there's anything of any significance that's going to move. Now, I'm not interested in anything but the majors. So that's things like cable, euro, dollar, Aussie dollar. And looking at this, I can see the Aussie and the yen kind of what's strong and weak, if you like. But when I look at the majors, which is this section here, it's pulling none of them out. So it's going to be a case of you go to your old faithfuls. And if there isn't anything in that box pops up, I automatically look at cable and euro dollar. I just gravitate to those two, and those will normally keep me well. So what are they? What's happening with them? Well, if I go to euro dollar on this side, I can see that it's gathering pace. All right, and that's kind of telling me there again. All right, and if I look at the pound dollar, again, it's a swap. It's gone from selling heavily into a buy, but it's been a bit of a radical move on the pair of those. So what we'll do, if I open this up, because if I look at, say, the FTSE, I'll just pull this out for now, drop that down. You can see it's got quite a wide spread. It's at 3 from 6 in the morning. Now that'll drop down at 7 o'clock. If I push this over onto sort of German 40, it's at 4. Now it's not so bad on the DAX because it moves quite brutally. However, it's still before 7 o'clock. But if I look at, say, this one, 21.5. It's very, very small. So that's what I'm looking at. And just while we're looking at this, I'm going to clean everything off, get it to a clean sheet. You can see it's had a bit of a sell-off and it's flattened out, but it is selling. Now, when you go back over, there's nothing there till here. Okay, so could it well push down and bounce off a level and then move up? Don't know. I'm going to spend a few minutes having a look at this, see what's going on. Maybe just clean the chart up a little bit and put some marks on it, and then trade it. But of the markets that I'm currently looking at, this is the one that's interesting me. The indices at the moment, if I flick this back over, switch them off, you can see they're starting to sell off. Okay, and then you've got oil selling as well. In fact, everything's selling this morning. So I'm going to have to be a bit careful, watch what I'm doing. But hopefully, next hour and a half, I'll be able to find some pips. So when I'm ready to go to market, I'll come back.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, guys, I'm back. It's currently 6:25 in the morning. I've had a good look through these. Been looking at what I think may well be going on. The best market that I'm going to look at after going through them is cable, this one here. I'm actually going to change this window of the world for this month. I'm going to put USJPY in this corner, just so I can keep an eye on the dollar, because I don't really trade the euro pound against each other that much. I did in the summer when it was a little bit volatile, but as we're going into the winter months, that's changing. So what am I looking at? Right. Well, this morning it is cable. It does have, at this moment in time, a sell to the downside, obviously. And if I pull this out to the hour, you will see no shock because of that. And then this could be an upside down flag formation moving down to levels. But when I'm looking at this, and what's running through my mind is, yes, I agree it's a sell. It could well push. But my overall feeling with cable is to the upside. And that comes from looking at higher time frames. Okay. Now, at this moment in time, this is moving down. And it's a reasonable assumption it could possibly get itself down here. So what I've got to decide is, am I going to go with my conviction, and that is keep it to the sell side, or am I going to counter it? Well, that's the choice. At this moment in time, the correct thing to do is go with my conviction, and that is to the sell side. But if I am looking at it over the course of a few days, then this market could actually do me quite well today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So today I could be looking to sell it down this morning. Tomorrow it could well be back on its uplift. And why is that? Well, I think a lot of people are going to want to go long at this moment in time because of that drop. And those that see sort of all the indicators and everything, because the RSI's pushed down and all that sort of thing, they'll be going, right, this is it. It's going back up now, so we're going to pile in. Well, if I can see it, the big boys can see it. And when you're looking at edges, it's not how can I put it? It's not knowing something that somebody else doesn't know. Your edge is actually knowing what they do know, and then making a solid decision. So my feeling on this is that's dropped off. I do think it's going to push up, but I think it'll push down first. Why? To shake people out. And if it is, and I'm looking for, say, 10 pips, well, I've got 10 pips from there to there. And if it's coming down here, that's a pretty good move. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to kind of let it, see if it'll push up to around this area, roll over, and see if I can get some pips. But if I can't get a minimum of 10 pips out of it, I won't be looking to enter. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of watch it for a little bit. And when it's ready to go to market, I'll come back.
Good job.
Okay, guys, just started putting some orders in. I've dropped one here for 5 pips down onto the level. We're going to see what's going on. And what I'll do is I'm going to clean this down because we've turned that, starting it with 500. What I need to do is just clean everything off so it's nice and clean. Let's take all of this down. Okay. Now, if you remember, this was a compounding plan. Just put a nominal target of 500 in there. Okay. And that is it. We're starting off with 50p to sort of set it away, because for all I'm doing early morning trades, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compound this as well. All right. So we'll start it with 50p. Just get rid of that. So it's all nice and clean. And we'll start the bids. Whoops. Dropped a bollock. Right. Put that back. Put that there. That's it. There we go. All fixed. Ready to rock. Okay. So, get rid of that. And there we are. So, we're rocking and rolling. I'll just leave the camera running. You'll see me working on this. At the moment, I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be selling to the level. If it breaks this level, I'm going to continue the sell down to here. And if not, then up to the upside. Now there's our first sort of pips of the day starting to move in. Off we go. Okay, guys, it's closing on 8:30. I kind of got these orders in just on the 8 o'clock. So if you are leaving for work, you would have done it. We're getting some money in prior to this being open. So all I'll do is I can't tinker with these anymore now, sort of thing. just one of those things. It's ready, targets are in place, blah blah blah, and we'll just kind of let it go. So you can monitor this on the phone, so if you ever needed to sort of switch them off or whatever, that's fine. You can do that at work. Look at it at break time, or just have a quick glance with a notification. So that's easy done. And that's it. So we've got a few trades in before work. If you look at the bottom there, you'll see that it's the 1st of November at 8:25. So we're in, we good, and this journey starts. Obviously I'm here, so I am going to monitor it, but there'll be no more trades entering onto this particular account today. Okay. That's the plan. So what I'll do is I'll let it run out, and then I'll come back to you when the trades are kind of finished. Okay. Okay guys, they're cashed out. Finished off my other work, what I've been doing. As some of you know, I work on with the 5%ers and one thing and another, and that's exactly what I've been up to with this. If you give me a second, I'll quickly show you. Because I've been working on here as well. And there's another $50. That's all I need to do with this each day. $50 a day, $1,000 a month. You know, I've got a number of accounts with these guys. I do it on each one of them, and does quite well. But what about this one? What's this one been up to? Well, the orders all went in. There you go. So we've made like 26.63 today. So I need to drop a couple of extra bits onto the sheet. It's been working. So we did one trade, which was 10.01. We had another trade at 55, which was 7.54. And that gives us today. All right, so that was today, 1st of November. Completed. Yes, we were on GBP USD as our chosen market today. I was looking at the 1 hour to see what's going on. I was very tired. Now you'll notice I put split trade on one, and that's because I did. Sometimes I'll scale out and just see what's going on. But the idea of what I'm looking to do early morning is a 5 and 5. I'm going to compound by 5%, and I'm looking to get a minimum of 5 pips out of each. And if I split it, I'm kind of looking for 10 pips, but 5 and 5 is kind of where I'm going. If I get 5 pips, I can increase up to the next compounding section. But it's just work in progress. So today on our £500 balance, just working before work, if you like, it's increased by 5%, just by being selective in the market, which is cable, and just basic planning. And that planning was last night. And just to show you, that is there. I started looking at cable yesterday, I marked it up for the guys in the scruffs. Told them exactly what I'll be looking at today. And as it's transpired, that might run across the next couple of days. So I am quite pleased. So there we go. Starting grid. And off to a flyer. And talking of off to a flyer, there she is behind me. She's buggering off and leaving me on my own today. This is a travesty.
I'm only going to be a couple of hours.
Couple of hours.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Get a hat.
To get a hat.
For the win.
For the win. How much does it cost?
I don't know.
Right. You see, when you hear that sort of, I don't know yet, it's one of those cases of, it's going to cost a lot for a bloody hat you wear once. I'll stick with me coffee. Anyway, boys and girls, better do my day job, because apparently I have a hat to pay for. Well, I don't really. She earns more than I do, believe it or not. She does. The only difference is I do what I like when I like. So happy days. Happy days. Do this again tomorrow. See what happens. So as always, guys, trade well. Keep your risk managed. But above all, do what you love. And the money will follow. See you all in the next one.